What is going on, YouTube? Pass the Prop is back here again. It is NFL. It is our first NFL show of the year. Quote me, I don't know, Stu. Is this year 4 or 3, man? I can't even keep track. I think it's 4. I put that in the description. I think this is our 4th year doing it because I remember just doing it up against my back white wall over here with no flags. Now we look a little bit nicer, but I think this is year 4 of Pass the Prop NFL.
Yeah, man. And like you said, you started at the white wall. I've had about 40 different backgrounds, lived in about 5 different places over the span that we've been doing this show. No flags right now. Maybe that'll be my week 1 goal before we get some decorations going in the background so it doesn't look like I'm trapped in the bunker once again. But no, I'm super excited. I feel like I've been mentioning the football season coming soon for like 3 months on our MLB show. Like I just sneak it in there at the end of every show. And maybe at one point it was hope more than anything else. But we are finally here. We've done the hard work. We got the picks in, right? We got the best ball drafts in. And now we kind of want to come and talk to you guys about it, right? I mean, we've both done a ton of separate kind of best ball drafts, some fantasy drafts. And we're just going to come up today and kind of go over some of our favorite targets, some guys that we're fading. And I don't know about you, but for me, I've noticed this correlates super highly with all the guys I'm looking at week 1 and week 2. Like I'm looking at my 4 for 4 futures article and I'm going, how do I not just bet all of these guys immediately for week 1, right? Because obviously if we love people going into the season, we're likely going to be looking even closer at them for those week 1 matchups. So I'm excited, man. I'm pumped to get into it.
Yeah, it seems like everybody else is too. We got 30 of you guys in here in the first couple of minutes. Obviously, it's a little different than baseball season when you're kind of in that little rut of summer where, only us, right? The degens of the world are still staying in the MLB season. Don't worry, I still have my MLB picks and all that stuff there. But, yeah, it's back to NFL. And I want to put this out there because I'm sure we're going to get a bunch of questions for first week. Our bet for first weeks will be on Friday, right? That's usually what we do for the Sunday shows. We'll obviously keep you guys updated on that. Wednesday, we'll probably have bets for Thursday and Friday games. I do have a wedding this weekend, of course, on Saturday, and I have my I think it's the walkthrough on Friday during the Packer game. And my buddy is one of the biggest Packer fans ever too. So like we're really big Packer fans. So I said, hey, let's click it. Let's get it going. We'll do it quick. Let's get to a bar and let's get this shit going. Because I think it's like a 7 p.m. On Peacock, of course. 7 p.m. The Packers got the Eagles. So fun first round. But just a heads up, this is going to be best ball pretty much exclusive here today. And we're on here 3 times a week, every week, right? So just know that if we don't get to a ton of questions here, it's going to probably be like Friday, right? It's going to be the Friday show. That's our longest show. That's usually, the ones where everybody pops in here, right? Everybody pops in here on the Friday show because we get to every prop that gets dropped in the comments. We try to get to every single thing there. But just heads up, this is like a made show, right? This is our Tuesday show. We never have a Tuesday show, but we got to have that best ball stuff because we talk about it a lot on the show, right? So we talk a lot about best ball. I think it's a fun way to do it is just to kind of talk about it and let you guys see what we actually do for it because it makes the game a lot more fun, especially if you're in a bunch of other leagues, like year-long leagues. Best ball is the easiest way to get exposure to guys that you want and not really have to do all the work.
No, I completely agree. And like you said, I don't know if you mentioned there, we're going to be doing one live about halfway through the show. We're going to start going over some of our favorite guys. Then we're just going to jump into one of those DK single entries and just get a draft going. So we're going to go kind of round through round. That way, if you see any names up there, you're like, hey, what do these guys think of Tajay Spears? You can fire off those questions. Because for me personally, right, you don't think of, all 80 million players available. So I'm excited to do that. We've never done that on the show before. I think we'd like to do more stuff like that in the future, whether it be like maybe drafting, maybe if enough of you guys like it, maybe we get a whole league going next year or something like that, but definitely want to go over these guys. And like I said before, it'll give a lot of insight over teams we're very into this season and teams we're not as much into as well.
Yes, sir. We got 35 of you guys in here live with us first 5 minutes. We appreciate you. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, put that notification bell on because we do this 3 times a week, guys. We are here. I know a lot of you guys might have heard us on Spaces. I know a lot of you guys might have heard us where we just drop our picks and we had a fun little heater in the MLB. But now you get to see us in our forum here, right? Obviously, You do a lot more NBA. I do a lot of college basketball. But we're pretty much together here on NFL. We're together on these. Let's take a look at the chat, and we'll get it going. Obviously, I want to recap our last MLB show probably of the year, and we could probably put those behind us because I'm sure NFL is kind of going to take it unless I throw a random one in there just because I kind of would do that. That would be what I would do. We got first guy in here. We got Groovy in here as well. Welcome back, Flan fam. We got Jay in here. Love to see all the guys in here. Terrence in here as always. We are ready to go. I just bet on 11 touchdown parlay. We'll do our touchdown parlay. Don't worry. We'll have it in here. Got some in here as well. Tyrone. Hope all is going well, man. We got Brian in here as well. Popping in. A lot of the other ones that I skipped over are actual bets that we probably won't get into right now just because we're going to get into the best ball stuff. But let's quick recap MLB, and then you guys can forget about it. You can forget about it, and we'll go over here. So I'll get through mine quick. Framber over 18.5 outs through 7 innings of no-hit baseball. 3 walks, of course, because that's Framber, but found a way. He got us out of there and got us this plus money cash. I ended up getting this at plus 135 right when the game started, so that was nice. Over on action there, Dodgers. I think that hit in the second inning. We watched Gallen get smoked. We watched Kershaw get smoked. Great day for me in DFS. Having a nice little mini stack on both sides was a good day. And obviously Ramirez did his thing too.
Oh, yeah. Ramirez obviously always gets the job done. I think it took him 6 at-bats or so to do it right there, but he cashed. The only L on the show, 3-1, was unfortunately Seiya Suzuki. I was there in person for it. All the boys were riding with me. We were down 7-2 in the second inning. Everyone at the heart of the lineup's got a homer. Unfortunately, Suzuki could not get the job done. Even we had guys from our bullpen I'd never heard of. I follow the Nationals more than anyone else. There was a guy with an 11 ERA I'd legitimately never heard of that came in the game to face Suzuki. Couldn't even get a hit off that guy. But that's all right. That's our last little MLB rant of the season. Still a 3-1 to show to end it off. 18 units on the season. It was a lot of fun. I know, like I said, we know you guys don't love MLB as much as NFL, but we're just going to keep on trucking. We're going to keep on making some money, and another successful year in the books.
Yeah. And like I said, I won't close the book just because maybe there's a Wednesday show that I don't like the Thursday Night Football, and I'll play an MLB bet because I'm like that. But
don't lose 18 units. That's the only objective. If you can not go minus 18 for the rest of the year, I'll be good. We'll be happy there.
Love it. So let's start talking some best balls, best ball spots. I know we both will never face each other in a best ball lineup because we don't play on the same site. I play exclusively on DraftKings. You're an exclusive Underdog guy. I guess we could talk about some of our highest exposed guys. And once we finish this, I'm going to just enter into this contest, and I'll have it kind of going throughout so we can keep it going.
Sounds good. You guys are inspiring me with the week 1 bets. I'll talk about a guy that I like in week 1 as well. That is, looking at it right now, my 3rd most owned player, and a guy that I will most likely be betting week 1 is Chris Godwin, going up against my Washington Commanders week 1. But I really like Godwin. If you've not been paying attention this offseason, there's been some pretty big news to Godwin's usage, and that's the fact that he is going to be back to his full-time slot role this season. That has been the biggest piece of offseason news, the most relevant piece of offseason news. Because if you look anywhere at Chris Godwin's usage, and you look and you compare it to the slot and you compare it to his outside usage, it's one thing that's clear. I mean, Godwin's one of the best slot receivers in the league, right? But his ability to get open, his ability to generate separation is really unmatched in the slot. While outside, he was facing a little tougher competition, and he was running into some more problems. Additionally, I don't know if you guys remember, Godwin came into last season nursing some injury problems, right? He wasn't necessarily at full strength for a lot of the beginning of the season. I think that kind of showed in his efficiency numbers, right? The yards per route run were a little bit down. I think this new system, I know we've lost the quarterback whisperer, Dave Canales, right? People are treating that guy like he's God this offseason, which I think is a little bit interesting. I would not be immediately jumping to the conclusion that now Bryce Young and the Panthers are going to be amazing because Baker Mayfield had an okay season. I don't know if that's necessarily the case, but one thing I do think we know, and I think you and me know this more than anyone else, and our viewers of the show last year, Rachaad White touched the ball at such an incredible rate for especially how bad he was on the ground. He was great in the short passing game. That's where we really targeted him, right? The rushing plus receiving or those receptions numbers. He was all over the place in terms of checkdowns. But man, This team let him touch the ball like 16 times per game at 3 yards per carry, right? I mean, he had some moments, right? He wasn't a terrible running back, but he just wasn't efficient all year long. And the whole point of that was kind of we need to set up these third and shorts. We need to get Baker Mayfield in more comfortable positions. Now that I think they're going to be a little bit less committed to the run, to stuffing Rachaad White down our throats 20 times a game, I think that's going to create more passing opportunities for Chris Godwin. That might not be good for the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers might be worse because of that. We could see regression from Baker Mayfield because of that. I'm fine with all of these things. I want us to be in more negative game scripts. I want us to be trailing more. I want Baker Mayfield to be forced to pass more because, to be honest, I don't really care how good the Buccaneers do, right? I care how much usage Chris Godwin gets. And obviously both him and Mike Evans are getting up there a little bit in age. But I think the price that he's at, it's not a wide receiver 1, wide receiver 2. It's a 1A, 1B kind of situation. And normally you have to pay, a price in ADP for that. But I think they're kind of disrespecting Godwin a little bit at his price. He's one of my favorite targets this offseason, a guy that I'm constantly looking for as kind of my second or third wide receiver on the board. I know he's consistent. He's going to give you that week-to-week production. He's so good over the middle. He's a great slot wide receiver. And I think if this team's bad, if they're trailing all the time, that's great for me. I want us to be passing as much as possible. So I love him. I like him in week 1. That's why I mentioned him first, honestly, because I saw your comments over there. He's going up against my Commanders. That's one of my favorite targets of the year. A guy I'm definitely looking to draft a ton of.
Yeah, no, it's kind of funny because you talk about him and he's actually a good player, like actually a guy that you want. 5th, 6th round equity, right? That's not bad for, when you're going to have to pay up top pretty big for those. So my best ball look that I'm going to be talking about here is Mike Gesicki. I've been grabbing 40%. He's in 40% of my lineups. And it's because if you look at my other construction that I have, I'm getting him last round, second to last round consistently. And I look at my other top 4 tight ends. It's Dalton Kincaid, right? It's Trey McBride. It's Travis Kelce. Kelce's my second most exposed tight end. But I'm grabbing a really good one usually, and then I'll fall back to a Freiermuth or Cole Kmet, that 10th, 12th round spot, and then I always grab Gesicki at the end. I don't know if people know this. This dude's 28. This guy is not old. I feel like everybody thinks he's washed up and old. Bro, you could have put anybody in that Patriots offense in that team, and they would have sucked, right? Because that offense was just a shit show, right? And yeah, the last 2 years he's got buried. And I know you got Hunter Henry there, who's still really good in the red zone. So that's obviously not good for him because that's where tight ends excel. But I mean, we look at him with Tua. I mean, 2 years ago he was with Tua or whatever, 2021 with Tua. I mean, he had almost 800 yards, right? And if I'm getting 800 yards from a tight end that I'm drafting in the second to last round, and I probably just need points at this point, right? Because if I have Kelce, I'm obviously relying on him. But lo and behold, somebody gets injured or something. You just need to fill it, right? Especially in a PPR format on DraftKings. I'm grabbing Gesicki quite a bit. Obviously, he's with the Bengals here. He's going to probably be the 3rd or 4th option, right? Probably 4th with Jamar Chase, T. Higgins out there. Man, I really like him across the middle. I really do. Who is he fighting with, bro? And I would be surprised if everybody can name the 2 other tight ends on this roster because it's pretty gross. I'm looking at it because I don't even know these dudes. Tanner Hudson and then your boy Drew Sample, right? Your boy Drew Sample's out there. But come on, they're not every down tight ends, right? Gesicki's going to be out there for most of the tight end routes run. I'm grabbing him. I'm grabbing him as much as humanly possible because there's no say he gets hurt in the first week. I'm not out. I'm out a second to last pick, right? I'm out 18th round pick. That's it. And I just think the value there is too much. I can't pass up a guy like that where you're spending top 3 round equity on some of these really good tight ends. Just give me 4 or 5 catches, 50 yards. That's it. That's all I need.
Yeah. No, I mean, and you guys got to remember too, Mike Gesicki is not a tight end in anything but name. He's a wide receiver. He wants to line up in the slot and he wants to catch passes. The other 2 tight ends you name, Sample, right? He's out there to block. He's going to be the inline tight end. And from fantasy production standpoint, you don't want that at all. You want the guy in the slot. You want the guy that is a budget wide receiver. That's why we've liked Evan Ingram so much. When was the last time you saw him involved in a run blocking play, right? That's just not what he's out there to do. And Gesicki's kind of the same way. For me, when I look at tight ends is I want offensive upside, right? I want a team that's going to score a lot of touchdowns. I want, a guy that can come in and steal those touchdowns, can give you those spike weeks. Because I don't know about you. For me, I think tight end's kind of the trickiest position. I heard you say you're very exposed to Kelce. Looking at my ownership right now, I have like no elite tight ends, to be completely honest. There's two guys. I figured the tight end position is like the least confident one for me, to be completely honest. So this can be our little tight end section right now. For high end guys, I like Dalton Kincaid. And I think the logic there is pretty simple. Stephon Diggs is going to vacate a lot of targets. And I think he's far enough back in drafts where it goes into that kind of section where I'm more comfortable taking a tight end. And then a couple rounds later, a guy that you and me previously talked about really liking, Jake Ferguson. I think Jake Ferguson's very underpriced right now. I think when you look at this Cowboys team, when you look at how awesome they were on offense last year, then you look at this roster once again. Where are we seeing production outside of CeeDee Lamb, who's going to be one of the most doubled wide receivers in the league this year? Is it going to be 82-year-old Brandon Cooks? Is it going to be unproven Jalen Tolbert, who's had about 3 years to prove something? No, it hasn't, right? It's been Ferguson as kind of that third option. And then when you look at the run game, it's even worse, right? Rico Dowdle is one of the guys, or is going to be your lead back. Ezekiel Elliott, Dalvin Cook. I think Jake Ferguson is going to be a touchdown monster this season. I think he's a guy, tight end 9 on Underdog. I think he's very undervalued right now. Someone I'm a big fan of taking in my drafts.
Yeah, I just entered, got the contest in there. I'm pick 7. I absolutely despise pick 7. I want one of those top 6 guys through Bijan there, Breece Hall, St. Brown, Tyreek, CeeDee, or McCaffrey. Like, I want one of those guys. I'm just hoping whoever's in this, one of them goes for Jefferson or a little bit lower, and I can grab one of those 2 running backs in Bijan and Breece Hall. So I have it up here, Stu. We'll be obviously be able to look at it throughout. But Don, I did mention this a little bit earlier. We are going to do all of the Thursday and Friday games tomorrow on our Wednesday show. That's usually how we do it with Wednesday shows, doing stuff for the Thursday night football games and obviously Friday night this week. And then Friday is usually our Sunday games. And if we do have some college football bets, sometimes we'll throw them in there at the end. But Friday is usually a lot longer. It's closer to like an hour or so. And for this draft, we can go through like 8-10 rounds with a 30-second pick line. It goes pretty fast. But Stu, if you had to pick, where do you like in your spot here in these drafts? Where are you looking? I'm assuming you guys are in 12-team format.
Oh, yeah. I mean, honestly, like, the 1-2 hold I used to hate, honestly, but I kind of like it this year with Lamb and what do you call it, and McCaffrey 1-2. But I don't really mind drafting, like you said, from that like 5-6 where you can start with that Bijan or Breece Hall. I think most people commonly refer to it as the hero running back strategy, right? Where you start off with that, RB1, a super consistent guy, and then you punt for a little while, right?
Bijan just went 3 in that. Bijan just went 3.
Yeah,
CeeDee's still on the board. Holy fuck.
Probably not something I would do, Bijan at 3.
Yes, we get one. Justin Jefferson just went. Jesus Christ, dude. Could I really get CeeDee Lamb at the 7?
That would be spectacular. Either one of these is great, though.
I know, dude. I'm feeling great. I'm hoping this guy takes Amon-Ra for real. I love both of them.
Watch the show for a couple of years. We love Amon-Ra St. Brown here. Like, we love this guy. He's made us so much money. I can't draft the guy. He's never there for me. It feels like everyone else is on that same wavelength, right? So he's a guy that I really wish I could draft more of.
Well, this guy's going to auto draft CeeDee, which sucks. I would have taken that. That would have been nice and fun. But
well, that's reasonable. We'll take Amon-Ra, right? That's got to be.
Dude, I mean, that's like obvious, bro. Like, how do I?
So there's no discussion right now.
Yeah, I just took Amon-Ra St. Brown at 7, bro. Like, damn, I like these people drafting. I like these guys. They're giving me some good shit here. Straight Sniper, how we doing, man? Just doing our live best ball on DraftKings. Remember, DraftKings is a full point PPR, so obviously it makes it a little bit different. And a lot of the guys that Stu probably has higher up boards are not there for me, right? They're way lower, right? Because obviously the PPR running backs are few and far between that you want to grab them. So looking like I'm getting pick 18. I believe I'm going to be real close. I've had enough of these that I know that 18 is usually about where they have ADP for Devon Achane, 17.5, so pretty close. Would be a nice little start here.
Yeah, I mean, let's talk about second round then. I mean, Achane right now, I'm 22% Devon Achane. I'm not one of those guys that thinks he's like God's gift to the running back position or anything. But when you talk about upside, right, that's what you want in best ball. You want upside. And he has shown not only in the pass catching on the ground, he's one of the most efficient running backs in the league, a guy that I have a ton of. Cooper Kupp right in front of him is a guy that I did have a ton of when he was going in the 3rd round a couple months ago.
Wow.
Second round, Cooper Kupp is not someone I am as high on, unfortunately, just because you got Puka there, right? You got two very high-end wide receivers. I love the price in the third round. You're getting a little discount from the injury. You're not getting that discount anymore. Cooper Kupp at 16. So he's been a pass for me. Drake London is a guy that, to be honest, I do not have much of. I'm wearing an Atlanta Falcons t-shirt right now, and I'm not a big fan of the Falcons this year, right? I mean, that's a team that I think might be the most overrated team in the league, which we'll touch on a little bit more as we go, but
yeah, I'm curious because I mean, do you go Kyron if this guy takes Achane? Do you go Kyron here? Or are you off? Oh my God, they gave me
thank God!
Oh my God, I was nervous, bro. I was nervous there a little bit.
Now. Yeah,
holy fuck,
this is perfect.
This fit really, really well. That fit really, really well. I got Achane and Amon-Ra to start.
I hate this range. This one we're at right now.
Tough. Yeah.
If it were me, I know this is going to sound bad. I probably would have went Olave over Drake London. I feel like Drake London, they're just forcing him in that second round ADP, and they're just telling me I need to believe it. Drake London needs to actually prove something to me in the NFL before I believe he's going to step into a Justin Jefferson role day one. Not to say he's not going to be good. I can believe in the talent, but I'm not jumping to conclusions as much with the Falcons as everybody else.
But this right here, and this is what we talked about before too, is this is why I like Kelsey so much. Look where he's stuck. Right, I ain't taking DJ Moore yet. This is too high for me on DJ Moore. Right, I have Josh Jacobs as my third highest exposed running back. So if he's ever there, but he's getting smoked in these drafts now, way earlier than this. And I was drafting him at 40. I was grabbing him at like 30% at 40 ADP, and I don't want Devontae Smith. I don't want Evans.
I have a ton of Smith. Why don't you want Smith? I got a ton of
in this spot though. I'm going Josh Jacobs over him. I'm going Travis Kelce over him because usually I'm wide receiver because I can't kind of get stuck. Right, I'm not going 3 first picks on wide receiver. Right, I've been grabbing and like that. I've been getting a lot of threes, so I've been getting a lot of CD and Tyreek lately. And if I'm going to draft one overall there with them, like it's tough for me to want to get it. Oh, I'm up next. Okay, I'm up next. So we got to figure this out, huh?
Yeah, it's funny. I got a ton of these guys right here with Neighbors, Waddle, and Smith. I've got a ton of all these guys.
Waddle just went. I mean, do I just go Jacobs here?
I mean, I was going to say with how high Jacobs is flying off of boards, it depends on people's preferences for drafting. I would probably take Josh Jacobs right now to be completely.
That's what I'm saying because, I mean, dude, it drops off pretty big. It drops off pretty big.
Yeah, I'm like 30% Neighbors and Smith. They're like 22%. So I've got a ton of those guys already, but looking at this construction, I like Josh Jacobs a lot. He's flying off of draft boards.
And dude, I'm perfectly content with it because, like, when I have these guys, Josh Jacobs gonna be the dude from the start. Obviously, Neighbors are gonna be a dude, but I need to make it to the fantasy. I need to make it to the playoffs first. You know, like I got to make it there, and I got to be confident in that. And I'm confident that Amon-Ra is gonna be a top 3-4 receiver for me, and kind of fill up those holes there. We got Thomas in here. You guys like I have a fuckload of Trey McBride this year, and I just think it's because it's a full point PPR for me, right? I think it's a full point PPR for me here. Kind of makes me nervous in those half point ones though, because he's not a huge down the field threat, but I'll take those dink and dunks all day. 7 catches for me, 7 points, bro.
Yeah, I know. You're really big on McBride. I like the talent. I'll probably be betting on him, but from a drafting perspective, I haven't drafted that much of him. But like week 1 is a good example. They're probably going to be trailing against the Bills. The Bills don't have Matt Milano anymore, who's one of the best coverage linebackers in the league. I mean, he's going to be a guy, like you said, that he's already lined at 5.5 receptions. So you're going to see him kind of priced with the elite tight ends all year.
Are you a big stacker in your best ball lineups? I've been doing that a lot lately. I've been trying to, at least. I'm only bringing that up because I'm looking at here. We just lost, I believe Pittman just went off the board. Never mind. These guys are drafting real quick. Holy shit. I wanted to get Mr. Laporta on here, but in this spot here, I don't want to go up to Allen this early. There's a lot of late quarterbacks that I do like. But if he falls to me at 42, dude, it's kind of tough, right? Because he just lost Mahomes.
Yeah, it's an interesting board right now.
Allen just left. I like McLaurin and I like McBride a lot this year. I don't want to go to the Houston wide receivers.
Okay, we're on the same page then. I'm not on Houston wide receivers. I don't mind Cook, but we're already stacked on running backs.
10 seconds.
Scary Terry would be my pick as well, but I don't hate Trey McBride if that's what you want to do.
Fuck it. I'm a stan. We just talked about him on the show. I had to take him.
It's tough because I'm the other bias. Like I own a lot of Terry McLaurin, and
I do too. I do have a lot of Terry.
But also, Jaden McDaniels is a fucking gunslinger. Like if you've
That's
watched,
what I'm saying. Like he could get
tape,
all those rushing touchdowns now, and kind of get. There's no real drop downs anymore, which I think that could be nice. But I've been grabbing your tight ends really late as well. Not as much as Gesicki, but I've been grabbing decent amount of that Sinan or whatever his name is.
yeah.
And not much else from them outside of Terry McLaurin for me, because I mean, it's tough. I do not mind it going back-to-back tight ends in these, especially if I can get Kincaid coming back around. If I can get double tight end,
I don't think I've ever done that.
Really, dude, all my best lineups last year, every one of them that made it, I went double tight end. Obviously, Laporta wasn't going that high, but I had a lot of Laporta Kelsey lineups, and I don't mind doing double tight ends just because they're really. I mean, you obviously get the flex, but like. If I could get a good running back, but I don't want to take Kenneth Walker. You just talk shit on Rachaad White, which I'm good with. I had him last year, but I was drafting him 8th round last year. So draft him in the 5th or 6th is a little bit different. So Rachaad White just went.
Yeah.
Maybe I grab tomorrow almost. Damn.
In this range, honestly, I think Walker is the guy that has a good upside to RB1 potential, but we don't need to be looking at running backs with the Chain and Jacobs. I think more wide receiver would be our focus with this next pick right here, just building that up a little bit.
Yeah, we lost Tank Dell. I believe we lost Xavier Worthy as well.
Yeah, like if Higgins could last, I mean, I don't mind Higgins, especially if we're going to talk about week 1 without Jamar Chase. Like if that's a real possibility coming up right here.
Damn, dude, I want Connor and Jones. If I can get them on my next time around, if I can get them in the 7th round there or 6th, I'll be very happy. If I could get, I don't care if I go 3 running backs in the top 7. I don't really care.
I mean, my thing is I don't do that normally just because look, once we get past this range, I just talked about Godwin. I like Deontay Johnson a lot as well. Once we pass by these guys, there's nothing. So then
but Deontay Johnson's way down here. He's 75.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying like he's live in our net, but I'm saying once we get past him, there's like not a wide receiver 2 I would even trust. So I feel like at this point in the draft, I mean, I think you got
George Pickens just went. We got Cooper. Maybe I do Kirk. Kirk or Godwin here.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
I don't want to push up to Richardson yet.
Yeah, no, I probably do Cooper or Godwin as my picks, honestly. Speaking of week 1 picks, I'll probably bet Cooper week 1.
All right, I'll take Cooper. Cooper.
Just a wide receiver 1. I honestly, I hate to be that guy. I think we could just see Jameis Winston by week 8. Like if Deshaun Watson,
that'd be great. I would love that.
I would too. That's what I'm saying. Like I'm kind of sneakily drafting Browns because either Deshaun Watson is good or I think he's on the bench. So I don't mind Amari Cooper at all, to be honest.
Bro, if we get Kamara, Connor, or Jones at my next pick, I'm taking. I
love those guys as well.
I have so much James Conner. It's disgusting.
Bro, I can't escape Aaron Jones. Every year I draft him. I never want to, by the way. Not that I don't like him this year, because I do. But every year I go into the draft, I need someone new. And I'm telling you, he's in long leagues. And I end up with him every year. He falls to me. So don't mind that. But I have a lot of Connor and Kamara. I think those are guys that give you that RB1 upside with not quite that heavy price yet. So
we just lost Mix in there. We got Kamara, Connor, or Jones. One of those 3 say, Kamara just left. Fuck, I'm still 6 picks out. Fuck. Cross your fingers, Stu, getting that Connor Jones action here. Hopefully people just are auto drafting and I can get a nice little drop me down because I don't think they're the highest ranked of the people available here. I'm specifically on RB. If you look at the other guys, Christian Kirk, I have a decent amount, but that's because he's been falling down, probably with the questionable tag on him. I've been getting a decent amount, but I mean, even if we do get screwed on those guys, there is Chris Godwin there waiting for us. Calvin Ridley just left in that last spot. Honestly, it's got to be Godwin, Connor, or where's the other guy? Aaron Jones. Those would be my 3. Oh shit, we got Kyler Murray there. That would be a nice little stack there.
I was gonna say we could also.
I could do that.
Aggressive. Although it's interesting, Kyler's ADP is higher on DraftKings than Underdog by like a round because I'm getting Kyler like a little deeper than that. But I still
get the 300 point. Do you guys get 300-yard bonuses or 100-yard bonuses?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay, I know that's a big reason too. Is he does throw it so much that he gets that 300-yard bonus. Straight cipher, dude. I don't need to hear that shit from my Packers, man. I know that they didn't use them enough. So
yeah. Well, also, just to be clear, I have Aaron Jones, and then I was going to talk about later. Ty Chandler is also one of my most owned guys. When you look at the team, I mean, beyond like, what are they going to? It's Sam Darnold running the show. They're going to be checking the ball down a ton this year. I think both running backs, especially a guy like Jones, who we know is a great pass catcher, I think he can be really involved. And I hate to buy into coach speak as well, but there's been a lot of good reporting about how he's looked in camp and how good he is in terms of health. So
Jaden Reed went. I'm disappointed. James Conner just went. Fuck.
Yeah.
So now it's either Jones. Oh, Aaron Jones just went. What the fuck? Now I think I got to do Kyler.
Yeah. What's our wide receiver? How many do we have right now?
2. I could do Kyler or Chris Godwin.
I mean, Godwin's my guy. We just talked about him on the show. I'm normally more of a punting on the quarterback anyway, so Godwin's probably my pick right there.
Okay, I think I could get Prescott yet. If I can come back around to get Prescott there, I'd be happy. That's kind of what I got to hope for here, because obviously I got 12 picks. I would like to get a quarterback this next round, because this is the fun little round here where if I can grab some of these guys earlier, I'd be happy with that.
No, I definitely agree. And I mean, this is the fun part of the draft as well, right?
This is where you make your money. This is where you make your money.
Yeah.
What is your thoughts on Zamir White? I'm curious.
Okay, I'm higher on Zamir White than a lot of people.
Okay. I was curious. I was just curious what you got.
The biggest thing is the game script. That's what's going to kill them a lot. If you watch Antonio Pierce and how he talks about running backs, the guy wants to run the ball 20 times a game. They want to play slow and they want to play ball control football. So I like Zamir White for that reason. I think he'll be the bell cow on this team. I'm not scared of an undrafted rookie or Alexander Madison. The problem is just how good is a bell cow on the Raiders, right? Like how your touchdown upside is going to be low. You're competing with Devontae Adams. You're competing with Jacoby Myers, with a rookie stud tight end and Brock Bowers, who kind of no one is talking about. There's just too much competition for me to love Zamir White.
Kyler just went. Not ideal. I'm sitting 79th. Oh, wow, that's going fast.
We're flying.
Deontay Johnson, man. I could get him. Fuck.
Deontay's my highest owned player.
Wow, he's gone.
There he goes. I love me some Deontay Johnson.
Do I handcuff? Oh, shit. Zamir White, you do have a decent amount of?
Not really. That's like I like him, but I don't have that much exposure, to be honest, unless he falls.
Joe Burrow, I'd rather not.
Joe Shiesty. Just drafted him yesterday a little bit.
What are your thoughts here, Stu? Do I just go with Thomas here?
I'm cool. I like Thomas. I like JSN. I like both those guys a lot right there.
I have a lot of Njigba too. I just when he's going into flex, that's why I'm not that worried. Like I want those guys that'll be good down the road for me, right? Yeah. He's not going to be in my starting lineup most likely.
And he's the guy I've been Thomas. He's been growing on me, man. I went back. I watched all the LSU tape. The guy is a big play waiting to happen. Like he's so good downfield. And Christian Kirk's just like okay. Like Christian Kirk isn't a wide receiver 1 to me. He's a 1B. So they're looking for the 1A on that team. I think he could grow into that person. I think he has the chance to do that. And I just saw you star him. Great late round correlation with Trevor Lawrence.
I have a lot of Trevor Lawrence.
I like the late stacks with how far back he's going. He's your quarterback 2 in a lot of cases. Sometimes your quarterback 1. You can get creative with those, like because I haven't talked about it yet. I love Gabe Davis as well. I think Gabe Davis is so underrated. I like following the money in basketball. How about we follow guys that actually got paid to come to their new teams? There's opportunity. He's a downfield target. We know he has those blow-up games. Gabe Davis is one of the easiest clicks for me in a couple of rounds later.
Yeah, this is a beautiful spot I like to be where I'm still hunting quarterback, obviously, but if I can get one of the Jaden Daniels went way early. Holy
dang,
fuck.
I was kind of
It's all right. I want one of these two. If I can get one of those two, I'll be very happy. Jordan Love or Prescott, because they do give you correlation down the board. At least Love does, because I have a lot of wicks this year. I have a lot of wicks. So I think that'll be good. And Jigba just off the board. Because Wicks I can get at 120. And if every time I draft Love, I have Wicks in there, and I usually have one other pass catcher. So we are 4 picks out. We have 2 quarterbacks we're targeting. Hopefully they can last to me. Hopefully these other guys already have a quarterback, and they're trying to grab some flex consideration.
Yeah. So what's our roster construction? Let's scroll down to our lineup real quick right here.
Yep. I'm just going to see if this guy takes a quarterback. Keon Coleman just went. Achane, Josh Jacobs, Amon-Ra, Cooper, Godwin, McBride, Thomas. Pretty high upside team, honestly, if I had to.
I agree. I think Prescott.
All right, we're guaranteed a quarterback. Guaranteed our quarterback, one of them.
It's an interesting options too, obviously, with these three guys right here. They're all kind of similar in that they don't give you that high-end rushing upside anymore. You're kind of more into just the pocket passer.
Oh, wow, I can get any of them.
There goes.
Do I just go Homer? I have a lot of Prescott already, so I think I have about 30% Prescott. I have 27% Love. I think I kind of got to go Love, don't I? Or do I go Prescott?
We don't really have a bonus and correlation. That's normally my tiebreaker. So I'm good with Love as well. I'm going
to grab him. I'm assuming I'm going to be able to grab a Packer, whether it be Musgrave, whether it be Wicks. Christian Watson, I think, just went a little bit earlier. But Romeo Dobbs, I have a decent amount of this as well.
Same. I mean, Dobbs is the wide receiver 2 on the team. He might be the most disrespected out of all of them. Like, Jaden Reed was still coming off of the field last year. He was only playing like 57% of snaps. He's a slot guy. Maybe they get him outside more. But Dobbs is still the wide receiver 2 on that team, in my opinion.
Damn, dude. I could go back-to-back quarterbacks, honestly, and get 2 pretty big ones and not have to draft another one.
I would not mind Caleb Williams at all. I'm definitely taking Caleb Williams when I can get him. Speaking of rushing upside, I mean, he can give you 20 yards on the ground every game. I mean, I think Williams is a very good pick, and Prescott's off the board.
Yeah.
Because also Prescott, for me, like I said earlier, Ferguson, you get a little correlation. Then you maybe take some Tolbert later, the wide receiver 3. Like, I mean, what's going on with Brandon Cooks? Like, I can't believe this guy's a wide receiver 2 on a team at this point. So I think there's a lot of opportunity on that team.
I am still 7 picks out. Top available. If I can get, oh my God, if Prescott's gone. I was going to say there's no way. But if I can get Dobbs here coming back around, just because then I would have a more safe floor than Thomas, right? So if I can get a safer floor there, I'll probably take that. What's your thought on your running back situation here, Stu, as you're the big Washington guy?
Yeah, it's tough. I like Brian Robinson. I think he's going to have a surprising amount of pass catching usage as well. I think probably see 2 to 3 catches a game kind of thing. He's been working on that a lot off season. I'm just not the biggest Eckler guy in the world, to be honest. Like, I think he could be pretty good. I'll take him if he falls in drafts, but I'm not like going out of my way to take Austin Eckler just because I think he has a lot of competition in the red zone. You have a rushing quarterback now. You have Robinson, who's kind of a tackle breaker. I think there's a lot of different options on the team. So I like Robinson. Eckler's kind of a guy that's hit or miss for me.
Yeah, maybe I don't really like this spot right now.
I like Hopkins. I don't mind him at this point just because wide receiver 1 this late in the draft is pretty.
I think some of these guys are auto pick though, and I think they'll probably take the highest available. So, yeah, if I can get Caleb Williams, I don't have any exposure to Caleb Williams, so I think that would be fine. I don't really like any of these tight ends at this spot. I'm not really a Bowers guy. I don't think I have much. And you can see I starred 3 tight ends there coming up. So maybe I do go Caleb Williams here. Him and Jordan Love there just because, kind of have to, right? I mean, the upside's there.
I was going to say, it's another upside pick right there. I like it. And like you have Komet starred. You can grab him or Everett later as your.
Yeah, and I think my late guy that I've been grabbing lately has been Sam Darnold and Baker Mayfield. And that would be a nice little spot for Baker Mayfield with Chris Godwin there. Yeah, pushes a 300-yard day. We could get a nice little bonus, give me 20-something points. So I'm going to star those guys. Obviously, I'm not assuming I'm in Lawrence now. I would not want to go for another one there. But now I'm hunting flexes. Right now we're hunting flexes and some tight ends.
Running back depth probably too, right? I mean, we're Jacobs, we're HA, and who else do we have besides him?
We don't have any other running backs yet.
Yeah, so probably running back is probably what I.
This is a good spot, though. I do like this spot. I want to get Rico Dowdle if I can. I have a lot of Rico Dowdle.
Yep, he will be important to my week 1 betting. I like Rico as well. Definitely agree with that. Corum, Gus Edwards aren't bad back here as well. Gus Bus, he's lined at 52. Gus Bus is lined with all the RB1s in the league right now with a quarterback and a coach that wants to run the ball a lot. So, I mean, Gus Bus is a guy I don't mind at all back here as well. I saw Javonte just went. I believe you talked about it. You're on the same page. You like Javonte as well, right?
I'm usually pretty high on him, yeah.
I've got him and McLaughlin, both of them. I like them both because Bo Nix, if you guys don't know, Bo Nix, out of all of the quarterbacks coming to the draft, he led all of them by far in not only checkdowns to running backs, but in screen passes. Then he goes to the coach who threw more running back screens than anyone else in the league last year. A checkdown merchant going to a checkdown merchant. Give me those pass catching running backs.
Eckler, Singletary both just went. I'm assuming Singletary was just because he was auto drafting. But Eckler went before him, which I was surprised.
Yeah.
Honestly, I have been grabbing a lot of Nick Chubb around this time, just because I usually have 3 running backs at this point.
0.
I usually have 3 running backs at this point, so I've been grabbing a lot of T.J. Hockenson as well because I don't really care if they miss. But you also got to remember, I do 2 tight ends pretty early. You heard me say it. I would have taken a tight end there, second one, and he would be my 3rd one, and then I don't have to touch another tight end. Then I never have to think about it.
No, I take 2 or 3 tight ends in just the last rounds of the draft. You're taking them in like the higher value spots, which I don't blame you at all. I think that was the pick, right? Or Spears.
Tua just went, so I can get Rico Dowdle. Wow, that is fantastic.
I like that.
Fantastic. Wow, I just got him in round 10. I love that.
Same year. That was a good pick right there.
Look at this fucking team, bro. I'm fucking cooking, boys, bro. Damn. I would like to get another wide receiver, just because I don't know how Thomas will be early in the year. True. But if I can get Edwards coming back, I'm only 11 picks out. I doubt he'll be there. I know Jonathan Brooks has been flying up boards too, which
he's injured for a while. I
don't know why. I don't know why.
I think it's more a talent bet and like an ability to take over a backfield. Like they sat him out for the preseason before the injury stuff. It looked like he was like going to just be the RB1 coming into it. Like Chubba, because I was talking about this in my Discord. I don't have any Chubba. I really don't. I don't have any Miles Sanders either. Like I don't want any part of that, to be honest. But now that Brooks is going to miss like 4 to 6 weeks or something, then I'm way less interested in that.
Yeah, if I can get Wicks, Edwards, or Chubb this round, I will be taking it.
Yeah, I hate to be the Chubb hater as well. He's one of the best running backs I've had the pleasure of watching. But the dude's leg, it's more likely to me that they were going to amputate his leg, right? The guy, his Achilles blew up. I know now we're starting to see guys come back a little bit better from that. But to mid-season form, come back and be an RB, the only good thing is, man, they did not replace him at all. It's still those same guys that are on that practice squad every year and somehow play every year. How is Pierre Strong still on this team? I don't understand. Get someone else. But they didn't. So, Chubb's a machine. He's a monster. I'm rooting for him. But I am literally 0% Nick Chubb this year. I haven't drafted him.
All I need to see was that man squatting 500 pounds.
My buddy sent me the same thing.
Alrighty. So that's all I needed to see. If they're letting him do that, bro, they're going to be fast-tracking this boy. Especially we're getting one of them. We're getting Wicks or Edwards for sure.
Love it.
Because I'm one off. There goes Chubb, right? There he goes.
There he goes.
Oh, Wicks or Edwards. I do like the correlation with
more.
Probably I'm probably wide receiver.
Yeah.
We have Brown, Cooper, Godwin, and then Thomas. I just got Dowdle, and we have 2 high-end backs already.
Yeah, let's do Wicks. Just
because, dude, he's gonna be the deep threat this year.
And it's also correlation. In a tournament, correlation is king, right? I mean, when you're playing against a lot of other people, you need those spike weeks. And
there goes Edwards there, which is fine. I think we can grab a couple later round running backs here, just to kind of fill spots. But I mean,
McLaughlin, another one I see right there, a guy I like a lot.
Yeah, I'll probably wait a round or 2 yet.
Oh yeah, we got time. We got time.
Should be coming around at like 140 or so. This might be my time to grab my other tight end. Yep, these guys right here. If I can get Freiermuth or Hockenson here, I'm happy.
How long isn't Hockenson like?
No, he's not as long. He's not as long.
He tore his ACL like the end of last year, though.
Yeah, I know, but I don't think he's out that long. He'll be on the PUP list first 4 games, right? I mean, I'm gonna assume he's coming back because they need him, bro. Especially with Darnold, they're gonna need that shit.
Do, but I mean,
But that's why I draft those good.
Yeah, I was gonna say we have an elite. That's the
have an elite guy.
Yep.
That I paid for a reason, and then this is why I get the luxury to do this.
Yeah. No, actually, that's a good match. Hockenson and McBride, a guy that
especially with his bye week being 11. Like he ain't sitting till week 11, bro, unless somebody fucking hits him with a car or something.
No, I agree. I should probably take a little more Hockenson, but I'm a lot dumpster diving. So I got to get guys that'll play snaps.
No, for sure. No, for sure. But like that's what happens if you push back on tight end. Say you're drafting, 7th or 8th best tight ends. Like you're drafting back there. Like even Ferguson, right? I mean, he's good, but I'm not getting the same target share that I'm getting out of Trey McBride from him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, 100%. So who's all on the board? Let's just talk. Oh, I guess we're 2 picks away.
We just lost Jaleel McLaughlin. I'm up right now.
Yeah.
Jerry Jeudy just went. I don't really feel like I'm reaching that much on that. Looking at the other people available, Ty Chandler, Thielen. I do like Polk a lot, but I would like to grab that second tight end.
Yeah, I'm good with the second tight end. That works for me.
Let me grab Hawkinson. I know Freiermuth's there, but he's probably like my 3rd most exposed tight end. So I have a lot of Hawkinson. I have a lot of Freiermuth. There goes Freiermuth. I have a lot of those high-end guys like Kelsey and McBride as well. But I do try to get at least 3 because tight end loses you a lot of these. Tight end loses you a lot of best ball points. You need to get at least double digits every week. And there's some guys that are drafting tight end like really late and just kind of getting, 6 to 10 points a week in a PPR setting. That ain't going to work.
Yeah, I'm half point. That's why I'm going touchdown upside. I'm going like the Juwan Johnsons, the Cade Ottens, the guy that we know have that red zone usage, and you just need that tight end or that touchdown to save you rather than that consistent volume. But no, I agree. I definitely see that perspective as well. I
do have Polk right now clicked. Ty Chandler, I don't expect him to fall to me. Polk, Baker just went. Don't like that. Because I would like to grab one more. Aaron Rodgers, Jesus Christ. Oh, wow. If we can get Ty Chandler or Jalen Polk in this round, I'd be very, very ecstatic.
Yeah, I like Chandler. Chandler is pretty much my highest on running back or one of my top 3 highest on running back just because he's very cheap back here. He's going to have a day 1 role, going to step into some volume, maybe pass catching. And the coach speak about him has been really good as well. Polk is tough, man. Man, I feel like he's being overdrafted at this point. Maybe a couple rounds ago earlier in the summer. But, I mean, this team sucks, one. They're just going to, obviously that's
I'm just thinking they're going to probably lose 90% of their games, right?
No, yeah. But even then, why is Polk suddenly higher than Douglas Pop, who we saw last year actually run routes consistently from the slot? I don't know what he's done to deserve this kind of credit at this point in the draft, but I don't know.
That's why I draft these guys where I draft them after I have elite guys at the spot where I have 4 dudes that I trust. And then I just need long big plays, right? And that's what he did at Washington. Obviously, he had Michael Penix there and was good, but yeah, I don't want to take Algier. I don't want to take Mooney, maybe Thielen, but I assume a guy's auto drafting in front of me and going to take him. Yeah, there goes Thielen. Ideally, somebody does take Polk here, and then I get Ty Chandler. But
yeah, and I'm seeing the chat right now too. I see Dan was liking our Bears pick right there.
Let's go. Ty Chandler fell all the way here.
That's good. That's
wow. Good. Fantastic.
Yeah, I feel great about that. That's a good pick right there.
Yeah, and that's why I said I was taking Polk if someone took Chandler, right? But now I got Chandler, so I'm feeling really good where we're at right now.
So now we got wide receivers on the board, pretty much. I mean,
Jordan Love, Achane, Josh Jacobs, St. Brown, Cooper, Godwin, McBride. Wow, fantastic. Brian Thomas, nice in the flex spot. We got Dowdle, Wicks, Hawkinson, Chandler all fighting in that flex spot with Caleb Williams as our backup. I'd probably like to grab my next quarterback here if I don't have somebody that I like.
I'd much rather wide receiver, I think. Because we need
to find – what do I got, 6 picks yet?
Yeah.
Maybe I think it's a little early for me to go to Wandale. I usually grab him in 14, 15.
Yeah,
I grab a lot of Greg Dortch. Fuck, I've been grabbing Mims now with a –
I don't hate Mims. I think I'm going to do more of that. For me, I'm normally heavy on McMillan at this point in the draft. I'm 20% McMillan, a little under him. I don't like Burton at all. I don't like Johnston at all. Downs is okay, but he's going to miss, half the season.
I don't mind Bucky Irving either. I've been grabbing some of him.
I got a decent amount, but actually, okay, Ray Davis right under him is my most owned running back. I'm scaling it down a little bit, but I gotta say, Ray Davis is value, guys. I gotta say, I actually have him in a week 1 touchdown parlay with Malik Washington. of the Dolphins, and that pays about 60-1. I love that combo right there. Ray Davis is going to be the running back 2 this year for a Bills team that ran the ball a shit ton last year. Look who was getting goal line
Ray
touches
Davis
last
left.
year. Yep, there he goes. Latavius Murray, all the biggest bums in the world they were putting in there.
McMillan just went too. Damn.
Yeah, that's one of my guys. Downs isn't terrible here, but not my favorite.
Bucky Irving, my other guy that I clicked.
Yeah.
Fuck. Right now, the guys I'm looking at are probably Wendell, and I don't like him at this spot. I think it's early. Maybe I grab. Fuck, I don't like any of those guys either. I don't want to grab Likely yet. 10 seconds. Have you been taking any Leggett or Tolbert?
No. Tolbert probably.
Tolbert?
Yeah, I'm good with that. That's the fun part about
these two. These two will be picked. One of those two I need to get this next round, or Mims. One of those 3.
Mims is good. I like Mims.
Yeah, because I mean, Brian Thomas being our 3. Wicks is a high upside guy. Tolbert, obviously a very high upside guy. I want some floor dudes here, right? These are floor dudes.
This would be a good time for like an Adam Thielen kind of guy, right? That just gives you those nice and easy check. I'm sure he goes higher in these drafts.
Yeah,
because PPR. But yeah, I mean this range. Yeah, like I said, McMillan went before us. I like him. I like I don't know how to say his name. The Cincinnati Bengals 3rd wide receiver.
Iavosos.
Yeah, that guy. I got a ton of him as well. He was good last year, kind of sneaky. People are taking Burden over him. I don't agree with that. There's a lot of interesting guys at this range. I mentioned Malik Washington a second ago, the wide receiver 3 on the Dolphins. You really only need, one, he's going to be the day 1 wide receiver 3 as at least getting some snaps, which is good. But 2, if anything happens to Hill or Waddle, who get injured every single year, then you've got the wide receiver 2 on a high value passing offense. Malik Washington, I think, is easy value, one of my favorite late round guys as well. But he's normally a last round pick.
Maybe I'll get a little Bo Nix action for 3.
I don't mind it, honestly.
I'm going to grab Franklin or I'm going to grab Mims here. So, I'm hoping I can grab him.
The big problem, for anyone that doesn't know, Bo Nix fucking sucks.
He does, but I think they're going to be losing every game.
I just want to let people know, I got to spread this from the rooftops. The dude sucks. He can check the ball down, and that is it. And they built an offense around him checking the ball down, and they're going to do it again this year. So,
maybe Greg Dortch is the guy, bro.
Yeah, he does give you that floor. Mims is more the upside. We already have
I already have upside guys, exactly. So it's either I go.
I don't hate Pop either. That's who I'd probably take over him. But I like Dortch. I'm cool with that. That's a good pick for our build as well.
I have a lot of Dortch. It might be the last time I got to look for a receiver for a while. Because we have St. Brown, Cooper, Godwin, Thomas, Wicks, Tolbert, and Dortch. So that's pretty good. So maybe I'll grab Daniel Jones. Fuck. Throw the ball to Malik Gabers 57,000 times a game. That's fine.
That's the plan, baby. That's the plan. What? Yeah, I guess. I
like Jonnu. I do like Jonnu. I do have a decent amount of Jonnu. It's just I can wait a while on Jonnu yet.
No, I agree. Jonnu's undervalued as well. Another guy that does a lot of pass catching and not a lot of blocking.
Ooh, he's moving up. I was grabbing him at 220s, bro. I was grabbing him at 220s. And Al-Gasecki at 206. I like that. I
got a ton of Juwan Johnson right behind him. He's my highest owned, I think, tight end out of them all, just because he's active in the red zone, good pass catcher, and they're also going to suck. I like all these guys. This is why I don't draft the high-end guys as much. I like loading up on kind of these budget guys at the end.
So I'm going to grab – I don't know if I need to grab Mims, but I might grab this Tracy guy because I have a lot of him.
Some good pass catching.
There goes Mims. So it's either Daniel Jones – or Tracy here, I would assume I'm going to get. We have Ty Chandler, we have Rico Dowdle, and we have H. Hayden Jacobs.
Yeah, we can go another. Who are the other quarterbacks?
It's got to be Derek. I'm taking Jones.
I would rather almost do like May or like Fields than Daniel Jones because they both run.
I got to do Jones. Sorry. I had to take Jones.
I think drafting a quarterback at that point, Daniel Jones isn't that great. So you need spike. I guess the rushing could be enough. Okay,
that's what I'm saying. If I get any rushing,
but Drake, my thesis on that is that Drake May has more rushing upside and Justin Field has more rushing upside. They're not going to start, but if they get plugged and played, they give you a higher chance of winning you a week versus Daniel
Oh, yeah.
Jones, who probably isn't going to win that many weeks. But I did forget, Daniel Jones is lined at like 30 rush yards week 1, like legitimately. So, he could be running a lot as well, steal you a
I'm
week.
hoping we do get Jonnu or Juwan Johnson this round. That would be great.
All right, take this comment's blocking my face. We gotta get this comment out the way here. I love you, Straight Sniper. You're my guy, but you're taking away my face out the way. There we go. That's worth it. No, I'm big on Juwan. I think you might have mentioned in the Discord, week 1 touchdown is never a bad look for Juwan Johnson.
All right. Oh, there goes Jonnu. No, fuck. Are we gonna be okay? We're good. We're good yet. If people are just taking top best available.
Do you like any of these guys up here? Any of these guys? I don't personally. I'm just curious if any.
No, I've been grabbing Tracy a little bit.
I don't mind it either. I don't mind it
just because he's there. There go Gesicki went that early. What are we? Oh shit, that sucks. He went before Juwan. That's what I'm saying, dude. He's going sub 200s now.
Why is Logan Thomas right there? He's not even on a team right now.
No, free agent, bro.
He's going to be quarterback. He's switching back.
Come on, hold on, Juwan. Hold on for us, huh?
We might miss him. See, that's what I like. Yeah, we'll see.
I mean, I've been grabbing Madison sometimes.
Who's our backup? No, Madison fucking sucks. Get that guy away from my team.
Oh, he does suck, but dude, that whole team is just bad.
Give me the rookie instead, Lob. That guy.
Fields. Come on.
Okay, we should get him. Who's our backup if we don't get him right here? Who do we think?
What are your thoughts on McCaffrey?
I don't care about him. I'm not drafting him. He's too high. He shouldn't be above Diami Brown or Zacchaeus, in my opinion. So not yet. Maybe later in the year.
Yeah.
There we go.
Wow, dude. We've been getting a lot of guys we actually want.
I like that. That's good.
Now I don't need another tight end, probably.
No, definitely not. No, we're stacked on tight
Bride, Hawkinson by week 6, probably.
That's scary.
And then Johnson, 2 tight end outings.
He's live to just give you that 2 touchdown week or that 60-yard. Like he's live to give you that upside. So I'm with that. I like it.
All right, we got 2. These things go so fast, dude. They just move really quick. So we're almost done already. Holy shit.
I know, we're going after it. All right, yeah, this is the kind of late round time. Like I said, Malik Washington is a guy I'm taking a lot of in this kind of very end of the draft range. Personally, I can pull up my exposure to see some of my other guys. Do you have any late round guys you love sniping off that are still up?
I have grabbing this Iosavosis guy. I've also grabbed a little bit of DJ Chark just for upside purposes.
I don't mind it either, man. I don't mind it either. If that team throws just a little more than people think they will, he's got a lot of potential.
I will say, I don't know if it's just because I watch a lot. I've been grabbing a lot of Troy Franklin as well. Down here.
Yeah, I see the vision. I don't have that much of him personally, just because I wish the camp report was better. I wish the combine was better. Like I feel like he never generated any hype for himself, but the opportunity is there.
He should. And my thing is I don't know. It's just probably because I watch a lot of college football and I bet a lot of college football. But Malachi Corley was a fucking monster.
I've got a little Corley.
He's a monster, bro. I just don't know. He'd have to turn into like a Randall Cobb.
Or, I mean, he doesn't
Malik
run
Washington just went.
Yeah. Everything's like checkdowns, So
yeah.
I have Corley in some of my early drafts from like months ago.
All right. If I can get DJ Chark, I'm probably taking him here.
I don't mind Chark at all. Chark might be better than Joshua Palmer, guys. That's not even a crazy take. Like he might.
No, dude, he does so well on those 50-50
player than him. Like Chark has produced as a higher volume wide receiver before. He's more of a downfield threat, but Justin Herbert can sling the rock. Like Joshua Palmer has never been that productive. Lad is being way overdrafted for me.
There we go.
Yeah, I would normally take Andre right here, but like I said, I've got like 30.
I have enough of him.
Yeah, I was gonna say both of us have so this is a good way to mix it up a little. I forgot Juju's back on the team. Is he gonna be drafted again? I totally forgot about Juju. He got signed to the Chiefs. Maybe people start taking Juju. I'll pass on that, but that would be funny.
All right, I will probably try to grab Cam Akers in 2 rounds, but
Cam Akers.
I grabbed Cam Akers in like the 20th round. Because no one likes him, so I just grabbed him.
He was even on. I forgot he was on. Yeah, well, I see it now. But I mean, like, scroll down. I can find you a better running back.
This guy got shot, is out for 5 games, and people are taking him before him, bro.
Well, I would not do that.
Yeah, he just went right there. Guess what I'm saying, bro? He just went.
Wait, scroll down in the running backs a little. There's got to be some better options. Let's see. Well, I was taking Elijah Mitchell until he fucked me. That was annoying. I'm
not taking Will Shipley. I'm not taking Roshan Johnson.
Roshan isn't terrible, but yeah.
Caleb Williams will get rushing touchdowns this year. Like, I don't like that.
Steele could be okay, but probably not a good pick. I mean, scroll down a little bit more, but there's got to be something. I mean, these guys.
I think I'm just gonna go Troy Franklin.
I'd rather do Troy Franklin than these guys. Honestly,
yeah. There's nobody else I like. I'm fine with just grabbing 7-8 wide receivers.
Yeah, especially because we punted for a couple rounds. You know,
Cooper and Thomas are fucking hit or miss, like deep ball guys. I need those guys that can just maybe eat up like an eight catch type of game. Josh Reynolds just went, so I'll take Franklin. All right. 9 wide receivers. I fucking love that. Because, dude, you pay up for those tight ends. You pay up for the fucking quarterback. I'm good, bro. I don't need to get more.
Right, put us on the running back screen. I'm destined to find someone.
I'm telling you, Cam Akers is making my roster.
Well, I'm fine with that, but I just want to see who else. We got to scroll.
Like, you want Kendrick Miller, who can't play. You can never play.
I don't even know that guy on Jacksonville. I've never heard of him before. That's insane. Zamet? Who the fuck is that?
Cam Akers just went. God damn.
See, now we've got to take someone else. Now you don't got a choice. We probably should have just taken Akers there and then next round gone. Yeah. Who's like a pass catching back? Like Shipley isn't a terrible idea, to be completely honest. Even though I didn't even like
Swift and Khalil Herbert now. Fuck.
I was gonna say it's 2 people. Kendre sucks. McKinnon's on the team. Foreman not.
This is so bad. That's why we pay for freaking Ty Chandler.
Go down even more.
Bro, I've never even heard of these things. Emmanuel Wilson would need literally 3 injuries.
I wouldn't. Well, no, he's the RB2 right now. With the Jacobs, he's the pass catching back.
Oh, I don't like it.
The other guy's injured. That's why.
Marshawn Lloyd is better than him.
Yeah, Lloyd, but he's injured for the first couple weeks.
Maybe I just do that just as a handcuff.
Either him or like Shipley.
No, I got to handcuff Josh Jacobs because that guy might touch the ball 300 times.
But he's not even a pure handcuff. That's the problem. If Jacobs goes down, Wilson's taking a couple catches. He's not taking running back snaps. That's Lloyd, unless it happens so fast.
I'm just going to draft him, though.
Yeah, we need to run. All these guys suck, so I'd probably take Shipley at this point, but I don't mind that.
I'm going to take Wilson because he's a Packer, and I don't like taking running backs on the Eagles.
Yeah, well, that's the problem. They've cut him now. Like, who's even left at this point, right? I mean, we've got Boston Scott. You know, is he still there? I don't think so. They got rid of him. It's Gainwell now. So what if Gainwell?
I don't know, man. That was a pretty good team, though.
Oh yeah, I'm feeling good about it. We've never done anything like that either. So
no.
Is P. Ryan up? No, I don't think P. Ryan. That was not the right P. Ryan. That was his brother, LaMichael P.
Yeah. That's not Samaje.
Sorry, Dan scared me. I was like, whoa.
No, yeah, Samaje was gone about 8 rounds prior.
Yeah, that would have been the pick of the year at the last pick. Okay. I almost got scared for a minute right there.
Yeah. So final tally, final team board for us. Let me pull up our team. It is quarterbacks: Jordan Love, Caleb Williams, and Daniel Jones. Running backs: Devon Achane, Josh Jacobs. We got Rico Dowdle, Ty Chandler, and Emmanuel Wilson there to back up. Wide receiver might take me a little bit. We got Amon-Ra first round. We got Amari Cooper, Chris Godwin, Brian Thomas. Those are elite guys. Those are some really high upside guys. Wicks for my Packers. We also got Jalen Tolbert, Greg Dortch, DJ Chark, and Troy Franklin. Obviously, you got big old Trey McBride, TJ Hawkinson, and Juwan Johnson. I think that's pretty damn good.
I agree. I'm very happy with that team. We've never done like a live draft. It's 30-second timer, so it's very hard to kind of talk through the picks.
Yeah, I know. You gotta go quick.
But no, I'm very happy with that team. Honestly, I think we got a good squad. So. Yeah, hopefully, you check in with us in a couple months. Maybe, this wins us $10 million. Who knows? Like, anything could happen, right? So,
yeah, making a couple rounds in it. So, you got any other stuff you want to talk about, Stu, before we head out? We hit that hour mark. Still 20 of you guys in here with us an hour later. We appreciate you. Let's let's get it rolling.
Yeah, no, I appreciate anyone that stuck with us, Stu. I know this isn't our traditional thing, so I was curious how people would respond to this. Definitely let us know in the comments if you like this. Like, for real, even if you didn't, just say, I'd rather you just talk about the bets, because we had fun doing it, and I'm just very curious how you guys kind of felt about this kind of thing. Looking at my thing, if there's anyone else I want to talk about, I'll just briefly hit Gabe Davis. I talked about. I love Gabe Davis. He's such an easy pick for me this year. But for me, last year, the guy that I called out on the show was Kyron Williams as a backup that had potential. That I believed could be a running back one. You made fun of me. You said he sucks. I agree with you. I did say he sucks, but I like him anyway. This year, I think the guy putting that stamp on is Ray Davis of the Bills. I see a lot of opportunity to not only work at a timeshare, but maybe even take over those goal line touches, to take over high value touches on a Bills team that we got to remember. They fired their offensive coordinator. They were no longer that gunslinging team we remembered. And I don't know if you guys have ever watched James Cook at any level. He's not a 20 carry per guy, right? He's good. I like James Cook. He's efficient. He's a solid running back, but I think there's a lot of potential there. And that's what you're looking for with these late round running backs. You're looking for potential. So love him. I mentioned Malik Washington. Love him as well. But feel free to drop any questions. We tried to hit as many guys as we could on the show. It was very fun going over, all these different players. And yeah, now we got it out the way. We got the best ball in. Now it's bedtime, baby. We've got some good picks to bring you guys very, very soon.
Yeah, I mean, Ray Davis was 30 carries a game at Kentucky, bro. Like that dude would get a workload. So yeah, I thought it was cool. I know like I said, we've never done this before. I think that lineup turned out pretty well. Appreciate some of these guys taking some weird shit in the first little bit. Help me out getting Amon-Ra at 7. I'll take that all day. So feeling really good, and I'm really mad because I couldn't keep Amon-Ra on my actual year-long fantasy team. I ended up having Bijan as my keeper from the second round last year, and still getting my boy CD Lamb back. So I ended up getting that in the first 2. So I feel really good there. But I do like having Amon-Ra. I have a lot of them. I can never get him in best ball because he never falls to me. So feel great about it. That might be my first lineup with Amon-Ra in it, and my first lineup with Caleb Williams in it. So we'll see how that goes as we move forward. So again, we'll be back tomorrow, guys. Tomorrow will be Thursday, Friday props. And if you guys have questions on those, drop those in the comments. Friday will be our long show. Obviously, that one's our normal noon start. Now that school's in session, I definitely have my schedule a lot more clear. And it's going to be a lot easier for me to lock in on that noon start time. So we'll have that ready to roll, and bring your questions, because that'll be a lot of talk there on those. And we appreciate all you guys sticking for an hour. From me and Stu, appreciate you guys staying in for an hour with us. Hit that like button on your way out, notification bell as well, so you know when we go live. We'll be back tomorrow. Back-to-back days. Let's do it, guys. We'll see you tomorrow.